Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Really lousy day. Let's see if it starts up first pull. Beautiful. Don't want it to get too hot so that the thing opens up and has trouble starting later. It has to be cold to start up really well. You want to give them the impression that it is perfect, which it is. It's a big boy. Let's go see if we sell this. As you guys saw from time lapse, the guy came all the way from the Boogie Down Bronx. I'm surprised he made it in 45 minutes, to be honest with you. That's, I mean, cross Bronx Expressway, through the Neck Bridge. Holy cow, what a freaking nightmare, man. He spent some good money getting here, too. Gas, tolls are ridiculous here. I think it's like $12. Round trip, $24 to get on the bridge. So, anyway, I had it listed for $225, and then when we put it into his car, well, he just started it, one pull, started right up. He's like, sounds good. I'm like, of course. It's a Mowers and Blowers machine. I said $225, and he goes, you said $200. You gave me a thumbs up, and I said, well, I had so many people ask me about it. I would take $200, yes. So, $200, all from a Carb Clean. Thanks to my buddy Bill Martini for the contribution to the channel. Motherload 33 was basically a contribution from Bill and Bill Jr. to the channel. So, you know, he's a good guy. It's a good day so far. Let's go work on the motorcycle a little bit while I'm waiting for the handles. Did you guys see my latest video on my new LED light bulbs? Holy cow, look how white and bright they are. So because it's yucky outside and I'm still waiting for the levers for the brake calipers, the brake levers and the brake cylinders for the brake fluid, I'm still waiting for those. I don't know when I'm going to get them. But in the meantime, I'm going to start sanding down the areas that I want to paint. And also check out some of the other knickknacks that I don't think seems to be working. Start putting some of the plastics back on there after I paint it, which means I have to go out and get some paint. Anyway, I was just noticing that the sending unit in the gas tank doesn't seem to show any gas when I have at least a quarter, you know. So this is the thing that goes into that sending unit. It looks good, you know. I just put it back in and see what happens. All right, just I've been working on this for a couple of hours. Just nothing fancy. So since I'm going to put the plastics on, I had to move the fan switch from this temporary spot. I drilled a hole and put it right there. So now when you have the power on and you want the fan, meaning that it's summer or whatever. If it's winter, it's probably so cold that you don't need the fan, right? That's why they have the thermostat. I couldn't get the sending unit to work. It still shows empty, even though there's like a quarter tank full. Switch goes on, fan goes on whenever you want the fan. Also, the horn. The horn didn't work. I was wondering why the horn doesn't work. So then I just connected it, I used a hammer and I banged it, and it worked, only when I banged it. Then I oiled it, you know, put some lubricating solution in there. And actually I was pressing this black button. It's actually this yellow button. So now I got a horn. Awesome. But right now I'm going to get some thicker wire and attach it to those cables to the batteries so that I can stretch the battery all the way to this area here. That's what I'm going to do off camera. It's boring, so I'll spare you guys. But this thing is coming along for sure. And it's raining so bad all day today. The plastics over here are so yucky that I'm just letting the rain clean it a little so I can just wipe it down. There are parts of this that I'm not going to paint, such as the bottom part. You know, because the bottom part, your feet are going to be on it, and it's just black, you know. So only the side panels and maybe some of the top accessory panels. And I'd have to sand this down and paint that red too. But I don't have any paint. Man, this is disgusting. Have to sand it with my hands. Check it out, check it out. So I sanded this by hand. It was tranquil, you know what I mean? Sit down on a rainy day in the garage and just do some sanding. There's nothing wrong with that. Felt good. So I'm just gonna wipe this down from the dust and all that, and then mask it up and then paint it. I only have a little bit left, so I think it's enough just to get this front fender, if you will. And that'll be one thing less I have to paint. And then I just have to paint like the side panels and maybe the front part, but that needs a lot of sanding too. Got it masked off. This is the only paint I have left. I'd have to go get more from HD, Home Depot. Sunrise Red. It's like my favorite color. I painted like numerous tractors with this color, and it always sold very well. Like tractors that are worth like maybe $400 are sold for like $800, just because the paint looks so good. What better way to finish off this paint job with my favorite color. It looks like I'm going to need another coat, which I don't really have enough paint for another coat. Whatever it is, guys, it's going to look way better than before. We have to lay this on thick. Let it dry a little bit, maybe cure. Yeah, I got enough. Touch it up again. Just clean the bottom part of this. This can go in. I just rerouted the wiring to the battery. I don't know how this goes. Doesn't look right. It does. Hey, it's starting to kind of look like a scooter again. Sort of. Making progress. Pretty stoked. Okay, a lot of time has passed. Masking off the left and right turn signals. This silver part there, the V-shaped thing, had to mask off. I didn't mask it off too well because I was kind of impatient, still kind of wet. Just put some stickers over here and cut around it. Sanded a lot of stuff, but this almost like alligator skin looking thing from the drying of being in the sun all the time. Couldn't really get that out, but actually I think that looks kind of cool, you know? Like a snake skin, alligator skin thing. But it's soft and smooth. Not soft, smooth. So I think that'd be pretty cool. I had a moment of weakness, and I was gonna go and paint it orange. You know, orange and red, two-tone, kind of cool. But then I checked my orange, I don't have that much orange anyway. So I'm just going to go to Home Depot and buy a couple of cans of Sunrise Red. Hopefully they have it. Rubbed out the original words Moto Cooper Revo, which apparently does not exist because I've looked everywhere and doesn't show up anywhere. So I'm waiting for this to dry. It's wet from me wiping it down. I'm going to go to Home Depot and get some paint. At the Home Depot. Not too busy actually for a Saturday. And I thought they didn't have any Sunrise Red, but sure enough they do. But look at that new nozzle. Custom sprayed 5-in-1. I've never seen that before. Anyway, it was $7.98. So I paid about $16. So I'm in this truck. I'm in this scooter for at least 70 bucks. Probably not a good idea to wear flip-flops. That's one sunburn, huh? Brake cleaner. Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Since I have so many ramps now, I don't need my old ones, the 6-foot ones. I'll never use them again because I have the folding aluminum ones that are longer and arched, which would better suit what I need. I also have those huge 8,000-pound ramps, which I'm also trying to sell. So some guy's ready to give me 80 bucks for these. I'm gonna meet him at the church. See if we sell these ramps. What a strange transaction. I come over here to the church. I'm like, where the F are you, you know? He's late already, right? So then he says, oh, I'm right here. This guy's walking on the street by himself. There's no car. So I'm like, what the hell? He's like, oh, my cousin dropped me off to meet you. He'll be right back with a bigger truck or something. It's just, I mean, talk about shady, man. Shady's shady. But whatever, you know? You know, he wants to buy the ramps for $80. I think I paid $50 a few years ago, but inflation and all. Anyway, he was legit. You know, I left him there with his ramps. Apparently, somebody's gonna come get him. His English wasn't very good, which is all the miscommunication. You know. Anyway, $80 for my old ramps that I'm not gonna use. You know. Good day so far. Every time you get paid, it's a good day. Look how many pieces are involved. That's a lot. I'm just letting the sun dry them a little better. Ultraviolet light seems to do a lot better when it bakes in the sun. So as you can see, I've wired the positive wire from there all the way to the back with a connection. And also you just need ground. So I need to put the plastics on so I can put this part on. And this thing, the negative cable, will connect directly to the frame on one of the bolts affixing this thing on here. So this will be long enough for the battery box. That's gonna be that thing over there. You know, the cargo carrier that, you know, you really can't open and close often and put stuff in, so you might as well use it as a battery box. That way you don't have to buy a battery. So then I'll put holes in the bottom, string it through there, put the battery in, and now the bike will have a battery, but in a hidden cargo box, which I wasn't going to use anyway, other than looks. So we're going to try to mock up the plastics in here first. And when the levers eventually come in a couple of weeks or something like that, you know, if the rear brake lines don't work, then I'll have to take the right plastic off and, you know, replace the brake line. But I mean, hopefully it'll work and I wouldn't have to remove it all. But I'm going to try to put all the plastics on today and make it look nice, just to see what it looks like a mock setup. Holy cow! Can you believe it? Can you believe this is the thing I found on the street the other day? A few weeks ago, putting on the plastic was really a pain in the ass because when I took them off, I just yanked them off, you know. I didn't know what clips or screws, whatever. Half of the screws were all rusted. I had to drill them out, so I was having a dickens of a time looking for all kinds of assorted screws, different lengths, different widths, whatever, as long as it got in there. Also, half the clips are rusted, so you have to have those metal clips that you put on there so you can get the screw through. Half of the screws are not even in there because I can't find any and I don't have any clips. But I have a feeling that when I get the brake levers with the master cylinders on them, I'm going to try it out, and if the brake lines are no good, I'm going to have to take off the plastics again on the right side at least so I can get access to the brake line, you know. Also, these shocks kind of suck, and I was pricing them out. They're very expensive. They're like $100. So I'm in this for 70 so far, right? The paint, the battery I'm not counting, and the ignition switch, of course, I got it to work. But what else did I buy? I forgot. Oh, the thermostat housing and the thermostat. That was like 40, 50 bucks, I think. No, or that and the levers were 50 bucks. And then the paint was like 16, 18, something like that. So about 70. I'm in it for 70 out of my pocket. Pretty good. It runs good. Starts right up and everything. As you guys saw, I relocated the battery into the battery box. It sits perfectly in here. Let me show you. There it is, fellas. Sketchy 2. Oh, did you ever think when I picked this off the street it would look like this? And starts and runs good too? Oh, I want to show you what I did here. Look at that. The lawn tractor battery is inside the cargo bin. Works good. There was a time where it didn't start after I put this in, so I was wondering whether it was the ground wire that I connected to the frame here, because this is aluminum, so half of the side of that contact was touching aluminum, the other half was ground, and I'm thinking, that shouldn't be in. The bolt going through goes to the frame, and the bolt is grounded, so it should work. Anyway, it was the lever over here. You had to connect the two prongs to the wire for it to get, you know, for it to work, so that's what I did. Anyway, look at that, fellas. Nice, huh? I mean, you know, paint's still going to show a little bit of that Revo thing, but whatever. It's nice and shiny now and not like scratchy like this. I didn't sand this part yet. I will eventually, but oh my God, I'm over the moon with this project. I mean, honestly, this was very satisfying, you know, for it to run and stuff and look like this after I'm done. I mean, I'm not done, but you know, I'm almost done. And actually, I have an old Honda Spree mirror that I think after I take this apart, I might be able to get it to work. But I think the new levers coming have an area to screw on mirrors. Look at Sketchy 2, the 150cc Chinese motor scooter. And it runs and drives, starts really well. Looks great. It's probably stolen though. I took the license plate off and I'm putting a new license plate on. One of my subscribers, Ernie McDonald, bought this for me a while back. I just kept it around the garage, but now I have somewhere to put it on. Isn't that cool? There you go, fellas. Runs good. Awesome. That headlight lens always falls off. You know what? I'm going to lose it. Just going to keep it in here for now. So how about that project, huh? This was part 6. Not too bad, right? 6 parts. There were long episodes, though, and I did a lot of work to it. Of course, it's not finished, but I can't do anything till those damn people in China send me those brake lever master cylinders. Can't do a thing without those things, you know what I mean? I don't even really know if I have brakes yet, but for now, this project's pretty much done for now. We've got maybe 2 weeks to wait, whatever. We'll see what happens. I might start working on some more mowers now, and then eventually try to get the snowmobile running. I'm just so busy, I don't know what to do with myself. Any of you guys locally have nothing to do? Come on over and give me a hand. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll see you guys all next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.